Good morning, KidLand. This is Miss Jen, and I am super excited to be here with you guys. And this week, we are starting a brand new series. It is 4 weeks, and this series is pretty special because it is on perseverance. So we will be learning about Joseph and his life and how he persevered, but we will also be focusing on how we persevere and how we trust God in all situations. Join us for worship.
No, I won't be afraid. You are with me. You are right beside me every day. Even when it feels like everything's going wrong, I can look up to you, God, and find my strength. Your love has lifted me above the raging sea, and I just gotta say, your love makes me brave, and I won't be afraid. Your love makes me brave, I can face anything. Your love makes me brave. I was lost and afraid till you found me. You lifted me up and gave me strength. Anywhere that I go, you go with me. Oh, Lord, you give me the courage to live each day. Your love has lifted me above the raging sea, and I just gotta say, your love makes me brave, and I won't be afraid. Your love makes me brave, I can face anything. Your love makes me brave, and I won't be afraid. Your love makes me brave, I can face anything. Your love makes me brave. Your word will light my way. Your word will help me to stand. I know I'm safe with you. I know I'm held in your hands. Your word will light my way. Your word will help me to stand. I know I'm safe with you. I know I'm held in your hands. Your love makes me brave, and I won't be afraid. Your love makes me brave, I can face anything. Your love makes me brave, and I won't be afraid. Your love makes me brave, I can face anything. Your love makes me brave. Your love makes me brave. Your love makes me brave.
Awesome. Great time of worship. All right, guys. Now, our little ducky friend, I still don't know his name, is going to get us ready for game time. This is your time to shine. Now, would you rather is what we are going to play. And so make sure you're ready. Awesome. Okay, our Bible verse today tells us that God works for the good of those who love him. This means that God has an incredible plan and purpose for each and every one of us. He loves us so much. Now, let's sing this worship song together that actually is our verse this week.
Causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose for them. Romans 8:28.
Okay, as I said, we are starting a new series today, all about a man from the Bible named Joseph. We are going to learn about some of the important things that happened in his life and how God was with him through it all. We are going to learn how Joseph persevered. Now, to help us with this story, we are going to introduce our new friend, and he is going to give us some insight on Joseph's life.
Hey there, I'm Kurt, and lately I've been thinking about one of life's greatest gifts, beef jerky. No, I'm just kidding. Friends. Friends are one of life's greatest gifts. Think about it. They offer us laughter, acceptance, encouragement. Friends are a great part of life. And when we don't have many, we know that something important is missing. Maddie had been at a brand new school for several months, and she still hadn't made any friends. None of the other kids were very welcoming, and some even went out of their way to be mean to her. In the Bible, Joseph was his father Jacob's favorite son. He received special treatment and special gifts, including one time a beautiful multicolored coat. Now, back then, a coat like that was a very rare and really special gift. These types of things, all the attention, all the gifts, made his brothers very, very jealous. Joseph had also been given by God the gift of prophecy, which is when God tells you ahead of time what he is going to do before it even happens. Some nights, Joseph would have dreams about a future where he ruled over the rest of his family. Now, sharing these dreams as you can kind of understand, with his brothers only made things worse. None of them believed these prophecies. Instead, they simply thought Joseph was stuck up and spoiled. And Joseph probably was a little bit stuck up. He probably thought a little bit more about himself than he should have. But like everybody else, like you and like me, he still wanted to be loved and accepted. But he never got that from his brothers. Eventually, his brothers grew to hate Joseph so much that they came up with a plan to hurt him. One day, when they were all supposed to be working, Joseph's brothers ambushed him and they threw him into a pit. And later on, when a group of slave traders passed by, his brothers sold Joseph into slavery. Then they took his multicolored coat, remember the special gift that his dad had given him, and they spread animal blood on it. They took the coat to their father and they told their dad that Joseph had been killed by a wild beast. You see, the truth is, we all want to be loved. And even though Joseph's brothers did some really terrible things to him, the real reason they did these things is because they were jealous. They wanted to be loved by their dad the same way Joseph was. And when they didn't receive that, they acted out in anger against Joseph. The details of Joseph's story are pretty different from what Maddie was going through at her new school. But they do have some things in common. We can't always know why people treat us unkindly. And no matter what the reason is, when it happens, it can make us feel like we're all alone, especially when we don't have somebody to stand up for us. But here's the truth. Maddie wasn't alone, and neither was Joseph, even when his brothers sold him into slavery. God loves us, and he is always with us. Even when we go through times of loneliness, we can take comfort in the fact that God is with us and he has a plan for our lives. Now, the truth is, we might encounter mean people throughout our lives, but these times of loneliness, they won't last forever. Joseph might have felt abandoned or betrayed when his brothers sold him into slavery. We would, right? If that happened to us, we would feel alone and betrayed and afraid. But that was not the end of Joseph's story. And as we'll see over the course of this series, God had a wonderful plan for his life. So remember, even when you feel hurt or alone, God is with you and he will help you through those times. We'll see you next week when we talk about Joseph's brand new life as a slave in Egypt. Thanks for being here. Can't wait to see you next week. We'll see you soon.
Thanks so much, Kurt. You are awesome, and we appreciate you teaching us. Now we are going to watch our Bible story about a man named Joseph. Kurt told us a little bit about him. Joseph had a special gift and was very loved by his father. This made Joseph's brothers very bitter, jealous, and pretty darn mad. With that in mind, let's watch our Bible story and think about how God was able to be with Joseph and how Joseph persevered.
Stories of the Bible. Joseph and his coat. So this is Joseph. Hey! You see, Joseph was the son of Israel and Rachel. Israel loved Joseph more than all 12 of his sons. In fact, he made Joseph a coat to show him how much he loved him. When Joseph's brothers saw this, they hated Joseph. One night, Joseph had a dream. When he awoke, Joseph told the dream to his brothers. He said, "Listen to this dream I had. We were gathering grain when suddenly my bundle of grain rose up and all of you bowed to me." This made his brothers hate Joseph even more. And they said, "You're gonna rule over us?" Then Joseph had another dream. And he told it to his brothers and his father. He said, Listen, I had another dream, and this time the sun and moon and 11 stars were bowing down to me. This time, Israel heard the dream and rebuked Joseph, saying, "Will your mother and brothers and I actually come and bow down before you?" The brothers were even more angry when they heard the second dream. Israel, however, decided to think about what Joseph was saying. One day, Joseph's brothers were working when they saw Joseph coming to meet them. One of his brothers mocked him and said, "Here comes the dreamer. Come on now, let's kill him and throw him away to be devoured by a ferocious animal. Then we'll see what comes of his dreams." One of the brothers named Reuben wanted to rescue Joseph, so he said, "Let us not take his life. Instead, throw him in the pit."
Yeah.
So when Joseph came to his brothers, they attacked him. They took the robe their father had given Joseph. They hoisted Joseph up and threw him into the well. Then they saw a group of men from Midian coming towards them. Judah thought it would be a good idea to sell Joseph to these men. So the brothers sold Joseph to the merchants for 20 shekels. The brothers then took the coat of many colors back to their father and made him believe that Joseph had been killed. Israel wept for his son whom he loved. Meanwhile, Joseph was taken as a slave to Egypt to work in the house of a man named Potiphar, for Joseph's story was only just beginning.
Well, I want to thank Mr. Duck, who still remains nameless, and Kurt for helping us today. Just like Kurt said, God loves us and He is always with us. Even when we go through hard times or times of loneliness, He has a plan. We might encounter mean people throughout our lives, but times of loneliness won't last forever, and you can persevere. So remember, even when you feel hurt or alone, God is with you. He will help you.